Hi, and welcome back to Rum Away From Home. I'm Taylor, and today we're talking all things Phish Mexico. My husband and I have been traveling for the last 3 years with our 2 dogs across mostly the Western United States, Mexico, Costa Rica, and now Europe. Over the last several years, we've attended as many high-demand concerts as we could, including the Eras Tour, Phish Mexico, Phish Dix, Spring Tour for Phish, Dead & Company's final tour, and many other bands along the way. And because we're not only live music fans, we are also full-time travelers, we have a lot of experience for preparing for these events to make them the most fun that they possibly can be. Today is all about Phish Mexico. So let's get into it. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's get this show on the road. Moving on to the show experience. I broke this up in chapters so that it would be easier for you to navigate. You can choose which chapter you want to listen to. The end of this video is going to talk about tipping and packing, okay? So if you don't care about the show experience or you think you have a good handle on it, then you can skip forward to the tipping and the packing section. The shows feel like a small Phish festival. They feel like Phish, a 4-day run at Phish on a smaller scale because it's only 5,000 to 7,000 people. But everything else feels like it still exists, with the exception of lot scene. There's not really a lot scene here. There are some people that will hang up some items that they have for sale at their beach chair. If they have something really specific, they'll hang up hats or koozies or something like that for sale. There are actually people on the resort that have booths for selling more local made items, like bracelets, bags, stuff like that. So it's really frowned upon to create a lot scene in the resort. So that's not a thing. That's the only difference with all of the Phish fans. The shows themselves, though, feel like shows and that people line up early. There's Soundcheck. If you're staying in Sunrise, you're facing the stage, you can hear Soundcheck from your balcony. And I definitely recommend going back to your room to get ready for the shows during Soundcheck because it's one of the coolest experiences just to hear Phish playing. And you can see them from the balcony. If you're higher up, you can see them playing for Soundcheck. So that's a really cool, one-of-a-kind experience at Phish Mexico that you could take advantage of if you're in Sunrise. If you're going to line up, if you're a rail rider, you like to have a really good spot, and my husband Mike is one of those people, then he gets in line about 2 p.m. And it's nice because if you have a line as a group, you can have one person go out and refill the beverages for the other people staying in the line. I'm not saying bring your huge group of 20 and just have one person save your spot for a huge group of 20 or anything like that. But if you have a small group or a couple, you have time to go get a drink from the bar, bring it back for the person staying in line. You'll notice, just like at any Phish show, any multi-day run, you'll notice the same people in line at the same time. So you will meet line buddies, and it'll be a fun experience, and you'll exchange the stickers, friendship bracelets, you'll talk about the shows, all those things just like you would with Phish. So you'll wait in line outside of the security. There is a security, just like a regular concert. However, it's not quite as intense because we're all at the resort, or the couple people that are off-site, but we're all there, we've already come to Mexico, it's just more chill of the security. And so you'll go through security, there's still scanners and everything, they'll still search your bags. It really depends on the day and the security team, how in-depth they'll go. Right when you pass security, there are 2 lines of servers holding trays of drinks. So you can grab a drink, and it's usually margaritas or beer, and then it opens up into the food area. And from our experience of people who get kind of close to the show, you cannot really walk really quickly with the little drinks. So we skip those drinks and we go right to our spot by the stage, whatever stage. So in the past, it's been Paige side is resort side, Mike's side is ocean side. So if you want to dance in the ocean, you'll be on Mike's side. If you want to dance on Paige's side, you'll be closer to the restrooms. It's on the left side. Any spot is a good spot, truly. It is a smaller amount of people, so any spot's a good spot, but I recommend skipping those drinks and heading straight to your spot if you want to. Because it's just the 2 of us, my husband would run straight ahead, and I would hang back, I would have my drink. They also, if you want to experience the food, this is my favorite food in the resort, is within the venue. They have a fresh fruit stand that runs out at the end of the night, and that fresh fruit is mangoes, piñas, watermelon, jicama, all prepared Mexican style. So it's on a stick with chamoy and tahine. I really recommend trying it Mexican style if you've never had that before. They run out of the mangoes, they run out of the watermelon. Every single night they ran out of both, and they are amazing. The mangoes are so good. So I prefer to go straight through security and get a mango and then go to my spot. I really recommend that. Every single day in the venue, they have food options that rotate. It's just like you'd picture a festival like Coachella or something like that, where they have like the Asian food, they have the Mexican food, they have the churro stand. It's truly like a festival in that way. And I've thought my favorite food of the resort was the al pastor tacos at the venue, in the venue. Everything's included. Everything in the venue is included, including cocktails, drinks, food. That is one of the most special experiences about Phish Mexico to me, is we paid all this money, and normally when you pay a lot of money to go to a festival, you still have to buy all your food and drinks inside. No, not this time. Everything's free. It is amazing. And the food changes every night. Like, there's always tacos. That's always going to be there. But there's like one time they'll have lo mein noodles, next time they'll have fried rice or something like that. They do rotate the menu, so it changes each day. And some things repeat, some things don't. So if you see something you like, just eat it when you see it. And seriously, the food is really good in the venue. There are plenty of bathrooms. I never had to wait for a bathroom once, and I used it multiple times. There's a ton of bathrooms on Paige's side. This was last year. Obviously everything could slightly shift, but it's pretty much the same every year. So they have tons of bathrooms. I personally never had to wait to use a bathroom. Really easy experience. If you're worried about that, it's also easy to find your spot again, which is really helpful. You might have seen some theme nights going around on the Facebook group. I would say the majority of people don't actually dress to theme, but it's really fun to dress up like that. I actually used the themes to choose my outfits every night, but they weren't like so obviously part of the theme, but it is kind of fun. So if you want to dress up like the themes, you'll see people who are also dressing up like the themes, like all white or something like that. I'll post this year's, I just can't remember them off the top of my head, but I think it's fun. And you can dress up as much as you want or as little as you want. You have all the range, because some people are coming straight from the pool into the show. They don't even change. They just go straight into the show. I always changed every time. I did fun makeup, lots of glitter, bright colors, and it is a fun experience. And I recommend going all out as you want and bringing the things to trade with people in the shows. We're going to make a lot of bracelets, a lot of stickers to give out. Clearly I'm a Swiftie, so I love doing those kinds of things. And my first friendship bracelet ever was actually from Phish Mexico. And then I went to Era's tour and started making a ton of them, so do everything that you want. You can go all out. It's super, super fun to be as dressed up or down as you want. It can get a little bit chilly at night, but I was actually fine. I never put a jacket on. Bring a windbreaker with you, but I didn't really get cold at night. One thing to note is that a lot of people think that the beach is like so perfect, white sands. I think they think more like Tulum beaches that you see at resorts, white sand, crystal clear blue waters. Typically, February in Cancun does not have the best beach weather. And I say that because the water is a little bit murky. There's a lot of algae on the beach. Last year, they didn't allow people dancing in the water or swimming during the shows because there's so much algae that the lifeguards couldn't see below the surface. Some people did anyway, and had the whistle blown at them. But just know, like, if you're expecting to be swimming in the ocean every single day, it's probably not going to happen. So if there's a day and you want to swim in the ocean or dance in the ocean while you're watching the show, take advantage of it when it's available, because it wasn't available every single day for us. Again, it's really easy to get to your spot. Every spot has a good view. We personally had a group of 4 of us every night, 4 to 6 of us every night. And so a lot of times what would happen is we'd stay in our group, and then one of us would go out, get our drinks. You can get multiple drinks and bring them back because it's all free, or you can bring back food for other people. But, it was easy enough because of our group of 6 for one of us to go to the bathroom, come back, get food, come back. It really wasn't a big deal, and it was pretty easy to find each other, even though we were pretty close. Of course, as usual, you don't want to be reserving a spot for 20 people. Just like any Phish show, that's not going to go over well with people. But we kind of all recognize that we're all here. We've traveled to Mexico to see Phish. We're all in it together, and it's really a good sense of camaraderie and fun times with fans. The reality is you might not even need to leave your spot at all the entire show. They have servers coming through with drinks, providing you drinks throughout the whole show. They'll walk really like right through you, through the crowd. It's truly amazing how they can do it. And they'll hand you drinks throughout the show. So you do not need to leave ever, except for to go to the bathroom. So you don't need to leave for drinks. That being said, there are craft beer areas, and there were 2 last year, one by the Waterwheel Foundation entrance and one by the ocean. And they were craft beer vans, really good beer, highly recommend. One of our friends also likes craft beers, and that's what the 2 of us drank the entire time. I recommend checking that out. They also had a cocktail dome where they served cocktails. A lot of people said that those were their favorite drinks of the entire time at the resort. So I'd recommend checking out some other options, even though the servers come and bring you drinks throughout the show. Like I said, you can easily find your group. They also had like performances, like indigenous dance performances during set break. So it's fun to explore. You don't need to stay stuck where you are. You can mix it up, do Mike's side in the ocean, one night, Paige's side. It's really a cool experience because there's so much to do. There's a lot of photo opportunities, tons of artwork throughout the entire thing, big sculptures, lots of colors, rainbow everything. I had rainbow hair that blended in with the entire festival last year. It was really fun. So even though you're there for the show and you're committed to the show, I do recommend exploring. Towards the end of the night, usually before encore, I would actually leave to go get food before it ran out because churros ran out. And like I said, the fruit runs out. And so I would go back and I would get food before the lines get long because people kind of flood those right after the show. Everyone goes and they try and get food right after the show ends. But I liked to take a break in the show at one point when there were no lines and just eat food because that was our dinner every night and it was really good. If you have the opportunity to have an al pastor taco, try it with a pineapple. I never see people having pineapple on it really, and I've gotten some weird looks, but that's how people eat them. So really try it. If you want to try something and you've never had Mexican food like that before, it's very delicious. Let's talk about tipping. This might be controversial. I've seen a lot of talk about this in the Facebook groups. Keeping in mind that we have lived in Portugal, Costa Rica, Mexico, and the US, and most recently we are out of the US, I have never seen anyone tip like they do for Phish Mexico. It is so much tipping, which is awesome and so great that you want to be kind, but it's also okay if you can't afford to tip $500 a day. There are things you should tip for, and if you feel like there's good service and you want to tip, you should. Just remember, this is an all-inclusive resort. They accept dollars and pesos, by the way. There's a lot of debate about that. Both are widely accepted. If you want them to prioritize you, then sure, throw them some big tips their way. If you find someone that's really helping you out, sure, tip them also. There are plenty of opportunities to tip. We also do tip people, but what we don't do is tip so much every single time. We all paid a lot of money to go here, and it is just, again, okay to not tip an exorbitant amount. I do recommend tipping, but it is all inclusive. A lot of people that go there, they don't tip at all. So there's a range of people, but Phish fans, they're at like the peak of the range of how much they tip, and I've never seen anything like it, and it feels so weird as people who have been out of the US for a long time, especially last year because we were living in Mexico at the time. It felt so weird to then be there and just watch this like extreme tipping. They love it. Everyone that you tip will gladly accept your tip, but don't make other fans feel bad if they're not tipping as much as you. And that's what I see a lot online is peer pressure or judgment on how much others are tipping. Just focus on yourself. If you want to tip $5 every single time someone does something to you, or $50 once a day to one person, up to you. My point is, you don't have to feel bad, and you can definitely tip in dollars and pesos. All right, of course, you have to bring stickers. If you can bring stickers, do. These are the stickers we're giving out. They're the Swifty glitter stickers. These are our design. We sell them at livemusicthreads.com. And we also have a couple others we'll have with us, Sphere and Funky Bitch. If you want to know what else to bring to Phish Mexico, part 3 of this series is all about packing. It includes the best floaties to bring and some of our favorite fun items that make this experience even better. We will be showing some of Phish Mexico on our YouTube too in the future, so subscribe if you want to actually see it. We can't wait to see you guys there, and if you do see us, come say hi. We'll have stickers. I'm gonna have colorful hair, so I stand out a little bit. Come say hi, come see us, and we hope you have the best time. We know you'll have the best time because now you have all the tips. Subscribe for more and drop any questions in the comments. Happy to answer them. Bye!